Yes, very good. Awesome. So my name is Elaine and I am from the Pleasant Hill Library here. And we're here today to talk about Kindle books, how to get library books on your Kindle. So we will cover that today. We will show you how to do that. We'll do a quick walkthrough and answer any questions along the way. You can leave them till the end. We will try to give a decent amount of time to some buffer time so that you guys can ask any questions that hop on. But of course, please feel free to either raise your hand or just unmute yourself and just go ahead and have your question out. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. So I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen and we'll have a quick PowerPoint. It's not too many slides because the bulk of today we're gonna walk you through it together. So let me share my screen. Share. Does everybody see that? Yeah, awesome. So we're going to talk today about getting Kindle books through the library. Alrighty, so this is me, at times when we could have gone outside. So I am a library assistant here with Contra Costa County Library at Pleasant Hill and also at the San Pablo Library. So in order to get a Kindle books onto your Kindle, either through your Kindle e-reader or on the Kindle app, you will need a Contra Costa County Library card or an e-card. You will need access to the internet. You will need your Kindle device or your app on your smartphone, tablet, or even the desktop. And also you will need an Amazon account, right? Because all the Kindle formats are distributed by Amazon. Alrighty, next step. So as a quick overview, so getting Kindle books from the library onto your Kindle will require two steps. So one step is going to be checking out borrowing the item off of the CCC Overdrive website. And then the second one will be to sending the item to your Amazon device through the Amazon website, sending it to your Kindle device. Right, so it's two steps. Alrighty, let's go through it. Any questions so far before we kind of hop onto it? No. Okay, let's go ahead and start. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm gonna share. Actually, that's not what I'm going to do. Out of this view real quick, I'm gonna go ahead and go to this view. So this is our homepage, so ccclib.org. So you can go ahead and search the catalog up here. But what we're gonna do is we are looking for the Overdrive database. So that is the database that houses all our Kindle items. So once more, so our website is ccclib.org. And so once you've reached the Kindle website, you're going to go ahead and go to digital resources right here. I'm going to click on that. And then you're going to be gifted with a list of all our digital resources. Because Overdrive is such a popular database, it is the very first one here. So it's very easy just to click on Overdrive here. But as things change, if you do not see it on this top row, that's no problem. There's this button right here that says See All, and you can go ahead and see everything alphabetically. So just to show you what that looks like, I'm going to click on See All. You're going to get an alphabetical list from A to Z. And so I'm going to click O for Overdrive. And then it's going to be right here. I'm going to click on the Overdrive title, and that will get us to the database. But I'm going to go back. So like we said, when you click on digital resources, this is the screen that you'll be shown. And then we're going to go ahead and hit Overdrive is what I'm going to do. Alrighty, so this is what the Overdrive website looks like. If you were here at last month at our Libby our Libby workshop, this will look familiar to you. It looks very similar to the Libby app, but this is the website. Okay, so what we're going to do, I'm going to go ahead and hit sign in right on top here, just to get me started. And then here's a welcome, and I'm going to go ahead and put in my card number and my last name. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Name on here. I'm gonna hit sign in. Okay, and we're signed in. So how do I know I'm signed in? Right here on top, it now has changed to my account instead of saying sign in. So we're gonna go ahead and look for something to check out. Any suggestions of what anybody wants to look for today? Anybody have a pressing title that they're interested in? No. Alrighty, let's go ahead and let's see, what can we search for? We can search for cats. That always seems to be the first thing that comes to mind. So as you can see, once I started to type, we have this large list of suggestions. So they're going to go ahead and they're trying to help you out and suggest either authors or series or anything like that. So we're going to go ahead and see, for example, look, the first one, Michael Connolly. Sure, we'll go ahead and click on that. Then you will be shown this large list of items. And so you can go ahead and filter by availability or subject matter, language, etc., etc. So looking at this page, you have the image of the title. You have the title itself. You have the author. You have these little indicators right here. This one you can see that is an ebook. You can see this one right here says audiobook. You have options to place a hold, you have options to borrow, and then right on top you have little banners as well that kind of correspond. So when it says borrow, on the banner on top will say available. If it says place a hold, the banner on top will say waitlist. So let's go ahead and borrow this item here since it is available. So I'm going to click I can directly click here to hit borrow, but I kind of want a little bit more information about the title. I want to know what it's about and things like that. So I'm going to click on the image. You can either click on the image or the title. So I'm going to click on the image. It's going to bring me to this page, which tells me the title of the book, gives me some more information. It's part of the Jack McEvoy series. Gives me an author's name and some more options. So you get more descriptions. I'm going to hit this arrow button and it gets me even more of the description. And then here, what we're interested in, we're going to hit the borrow button right there. I'm going to hit borrow, and then I'm going to get another image asking me to verify that this is actually the item I want to borrow. So I'm going to hit borrow again. And now we hit this the screen. So it says you have options to read now with Kindle, or to read now in the browser, or to download it. So we would like to read it with Kindle. So if you close this button, that's fine. Don't worry about it. We will be able to get to another option to read now with Kindle. And I will show you that in the next step if you accidentally close this button. But no problem. I'm going to hit read now with Kindle. So I'm going to click on that. What it's going to do is going to reroute me to Amazon. So here is the Amazon sign-in page. So you will get this page if you're not currently signed into your Amazon account. If you're currently signed into your Amazon account, it will skip this page and go directly to the item page. So I'm going to go ahead and put in our email. Then I'm going to put in the Amazon password for this account. I'm going to hit sign in. And then here we go. So Now you can see here's a description. Here's an Amazon page. So here's the description once more. And then right on this right-hand side, this corner right here, you'll see it says get library book. And that is what you will click. So it does look like a purchase page, correct? But you're not purchasing anything. So there's no money involved in this. Amazon just needs to know who to send it to. And so they brought you to this Amazon page. It says get library book. If you're on another computer that's signed into an account that is not the account that you want to send it to, here you'll hit sign out and sign back in, of course. And then any devices that you have attached to your Amazon account will show down here. So here is one of the devices that we have attached. So I'm going to hit get library book. And then it says, great, thank you. You have checked it out and it is checked out to you now. And it will show up on your Kindle devices once that device connects to the internet. So to show you, I have the Kindle, our Kindle for PC here. So the device that we have on this computer attached to this Amazon account. So here is my current library. So this is my Kindle library. As you can see, it has not shown up yet. So there is, if you open up your Kindle and you don't see the item that you just checked out, there should be a sync button somewhere. So this little circular item. I may even say the word sync. So I'm going to go ahead and, as you can see, I hover over it. It says sync and check for new items. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So it's thinking, and there it is right there. So I'm going to go ahead, and if you wanted to read it now on the desktop, I could open it up. And it's just like any other Kindle book. These are kind of options it's letting me know. Just like any other Kindle book, it's going to go ahead and let me read it and let me sync it across multiple devices as well. So if I have a Kindle e-reader that is also attached to this account, when I open it up, this item will show up and it will be at the location suggested. Any questions? Yes, Brooke, did you have a question?
Yes. Is this pretty much the same for an iPad?
Yes. So if it's pretty much the same for an iPad, so the only thing that is different is that you would be opening it on your Kindle app, right? So it's you would, yeah. So
go ahead.
Yeah. So you would what you would be doing. I'm going to go back real quick. I'm going to go back to this image. So this you can all be done in your internet browser, right? So in Safari or Chrome, whatever internet browser that you use on your iPad, and then once you finish sending things to Amazon, you will open up your Kindle app, and it will show up on the Kindle app. Do you have a Kindle app on your Amazon? I
don't, but it's just a matter of downloading it, isn't it?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
So you would just download it onto your iPad.
Okay.
Yeah. So we would for iPads and things like that. There is also the option to use Libby, which is a different app that we talked about previously. It looks like this one here. It would be all in one, so that you don't have to do the second step of sending to Kindle. However, if you do read other, if you have other Kindle devices, or you prefer everything just all together, then this is a great way to get all your Kindle books together. So with your Kindle and your library books.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions so far? No. Pretty straightforward. For if you've kind of used the our database before. It just requires one extra step to verify your Amazon credentials, so that everything will show up on your Kindle reader. Yeah.
I don't know how to talk to you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you,
Oh,
Patricia.
but
Hello.
But I can't see me, but
Oh,
I think that I did this, but I never got the book. So what
Hmm.
could I have done? And but then somehow, and I can't remember how I did it, I found, and maybe it was on my Kindle, but I don't know how to go to my Kindle to do it, to find it on my Kindle, but there was a list, there were a few books there that I had downloaded or that I had requested, but I hadn't received them, and there was like a list. Is that possible that you keep
right.
them and not?
So we don't. So we
Oh.
we do not keep a list. However, so if, for example, so like there are two ways I guess I would troubleshoot this. One way is to, here is right the overdrive page once more. So I'm going to go up here. You can either click my account or click this bookshelf image. I'm going to click on the bookshelf icon. So
Okay.
we have here. So these are items that we've checked out to the account. So this is the one we just did, the Connolly, and these are two other items that I put on the account. So if you see it here on your overdrive account and you see it checked out to your library card, but you don't see it on your Kindle, what you can do is you can go ahead and try to resend it. So click now, for example, we're going to try to resend the Connolly. So I can do that once more. I'm going to hit read now with Kindle and it should do the exact same thing. But now it's telling me this digital book has been claimed. So they say it's already there, but you're like, well, but I don't see it. So what you can do then is under here is right on top, it says under your account and lists, under your account and list, you can, I'm going to go find right here. It says content and devices. You see that?
Yes.
Content to devices. I'm going to click on that. And then it's going to give me this list that Amazon has said that is on my Amazon account, right? So here is the list of the 3 books. Fair warning, our time is now at 12 sharp. And you can see it says borrowed, borrowed, borrowed. What I can do is that I can ask Amazon to resend it to my device. So if I click on these buttons, these little ellipses, so dot, 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 a little bit more, I'm going to click on that. So it says deliver to. So you have some other options here. We haven't gotten to it, but if you wanted to return it from the screen, you could do it. This is where you could do that. You can hit return this book, but you can hit deliver to the device once more. So I'm going to click on that.
Okay.
And then they say, okay, it's been delivered. So that will kind of force deliver it again to your device. This is really helpful. For example, if you have more than one device associated with your account. For example, if you read your Kindle on your e-reader and you read it on your smartphone and you see it on your smartphone, but you don't see it on the Kindle reader, then you can, on the drop down, you can say, oh, will you just directly send it to my Kindle? And then once your Kindle is connected to the internet, it should go ahead and pop up. So that we're kind of would be my suggestions if you run into that issue again, where you've checked it out and sent it to the Kindle, but it's not showing up.
I had to have a lesson in how to sync it also in my Kindle.
Yeah, so there should be an option. Does everybody know where the sync option on their Kindle is? Let's see, it should be. So I have an older Kindle, so I don't know how. So I have in the kind of upper right hand corner a little menu button. If I click on the menu button, there is an option to sync and check for items. Also, on my, let me see, on the Kindle app on my phone, let me see if I can find that on my phone. It's thinking. Kindle app on my phone. There's I'm going to click on the more button. And then there is a sync button all the way at the top for me, right on top. That's hard to see, but
I think in mine
that's-
it was in settings.
yeah, so it may be, yeah, so I would check for some of you check in your settings and to see if there is the sync button there. As I said, because I do have an older Kindle, sometimes they move things around and don't update kind of the older software. So that's the only thing. Yes, Brooke. Just make sure to unmute yourself. I can't hear you.
Sorry, thank you. So when you're done and you want to return the book, do you just go to that actions box and return it?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So when you're done, you have two options to return it. So you can return it here in the Amazon manager. This is the manager content and devices page. So like you said, you can click on the actions button and you can say return this book. You click on that and then they're gonna ask you, are you sure? Because sometimes, you may accidentally press a button that's not what you want to do. So if you're sure, you hit yes, and then it will go ahead and clear from the device. So let's go ahead and return this. I'm going to hit yes. It says loading, please wait. Successfully returned. And now you can see it's off of the list. I'm going to pull up the Kindle app that I have on this desktop and see it's syncing. And then it's telling me now the load has ended. And then I'm assuming if I try to open this, it's not going to let me do it. Yeah, so it says this book was loaned to you and cannot be downloaded because the loan has ended. I'm going to hit, it gives me a purchase option. I'm going to hit cancel. You can also return it from your Overdrive account. They will eventually talk to each other, but it may take some time. So I'm going to go to back to the library's Overdrive page. So it's this one here. So as you can see, I'm going to refresh this page, and if they've spoken to each other, then the Connolly should be gone. So I'm going to go ahead and reload. As you can see, it's still on there, and that just means that the Amazon database and the Overdrive database haven't synced together yet. And so because there are limits, right, on the account. So you can have, I'm going to click on see account limits just to remind me. So at Contra Costa County, you can have 6 items checked out into the account at one time, and you can have 10 holds on the account. So if you want to make sure that you free up a slot because you're at your limit and you're done with this item and you want to immediately check out another one, I would go ahead and make sure that you return it from the Overdrive website. So you're going to click return. I'm going to hit return title. And it says, are you sure? And then it will go ahead and clear. So whichever is easiest, they both eventually will sync together and talk to each other so that everything is correct. You have, but to get that, to get your limits back, go ahead and just immediately return it off of the Overdrive platform. Any questions? Yes, Brooke. Yeah.
Sorry about this. I
No.
didn't notice a due date on any of these things for that book.
Yeah, so it is on there. It's just written in a different way. So right here on top, it says expires
right,
in
of
21
course.
days. Yeah,
Yep.
so it's not giving on this screen, it's not giving you a date, but it's giving you how long you still have it for. I'm going to go back to the Amazon page. On the Amazon page, I do believe, here you go. If you click on more, it says loan status expires on April 22nd, 2021. So here it will also give you a date from there. Yes. Any questions? Oh, so we have done everything on this through the website. But of course, if you have the Libby app and would like to do things through the Libby app, you can do that as well. The Libby app as well will give you an option to send things to your Kindle as well, if you like to do it that way. However, you kind of get full functionality on the website through the browser. So, which is why we suggest to start with the browser to get your Kindle items. So as a reminder, Kindle will only do books. So if you're interested in audiobooks, unfortunately, Kindle, Amazon does not lend out their Audible material. So their audiobooks, they do not lend those out to libraries. So currently the only thing available on the Kindle platform is the ebooks. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go back to the homepage of the Overdrive collection. I'm going to go ahead and scroll down. So if you're not sure kind of what options you have in terms of reading, you can always, there are kind of some curated collections on the page to help you make a decision if you need help. There are some reads to make you laugh. We have some just added material. I'm going to scroll down. Here's things about In the Garden, Black Voices. We have a newly a new edition for us as well. We have comic books on the platform now, and Find Love in a Book. So it looks like a collection of romance titles, favorite teen reads, etc., etc. Let's scroll all the way back up. So here's the search bar. You can go ahead and, of course, enter in a keyword, a title, a subject, anything like that. There is this quick handy button right on top here that says Kindle Books. So if you kind of don't want to see anything else and just want to limit it to the Kindle Books, you can click on that and it will bring you directly to the Kindle kind of collection. And you can see on the left-hand side here, there's a filter that says Kindle book. I'm going to scroll down some more. You can continue to filter some more. You can say, I only want to see stuff that is available now. I don't want to place things on hold. So I'm going to go ahead and hit available now and, and things like that. You can filter by subject. There are a lot of different options that you can do here. Let me also show you, I'm going to clear this filter of available now. Let me go ahead and show you what it looks like when you request a book and you're going to be on the wait list. So here is this one called In Search of a Kingdom. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open it up, clicking on the image just to give me some more options. So here we get some more information. It says 0 of 2 copies available. So even though these are digital items, the library still purchases licenses for digital ebooks. So that's why, that's why you go ahead and want to make sure that to place a hold on an item if you're interested. It's going to give you an estimated wait time. So it's going to let you know if you put it on hold now, it's going to take you about 2 weeks to get the item. From here, you can read a sample or you can place on hold. So I'm going to go ahead and place a hold and click on that. And so it says, fill out the form below to place a hold on this title, and Contra Costa County Library will contact you when it's available. So you're going to go ahead and put in your email address. We're going to confirm that email address just to make sure that you entered it in correctly. I'm going to hit place a hold. And then it says success. You placed a hold on In Search of a Kingdom. My hold position, I am number 2 on 2 copies. And they give you some other suggestions if you kind of want to read something in the meantime. I'm going to go ahead and close that. I'm going to go back to the bookshelf click on bookshelf here. If you click on my account, it'll give you a drop down. You can go directly to one of those particular holds, particular shelves. But you can also just click on the bookshelf icon, and then you get that list here as well. So that book I just put on hold will be under holds. I'm clicking on holds. And here you will see that hold. So you have some options here. You can either edit the email that you get sent. For example, maybe I changed my email address in between placing it on hold and when I expected to receive it. I can hit edit email, and it's the same form. You're just going to go ahead and re-enter the correct email and hit submit. You can suspend your hold. So if I'm currently reading something that I know is going to take me 4 weeks to finish, and so I'm saying, oh, even if it comes in 2 weeks, I'm not going to be able to read it. So what you can do is that you can suspend the hold. And so they're telling you your hold will be suspended until this date, because it defaults to 7 days. So I'm going to click on that button. You can default suspend for 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I'm going to suspend for 21 days, so for 3 weeks. So it's telling me your hold will be suspended until April 22nd. You'll keep moving up the wait list, but the title won't be available to you while it's suspended. And so I go ahead and hit suspend. And here you can see that there's this new edition that says suspended until this date. So if tomorrow I decide, actually, I'm ready to receive this whenever it's available, you can hit edit hold here, and then you can unsuspend it. How do I unsuspend it? Just kidding. Hold on. Cancel. I'm gonna hit. Nope. Nope. Well, that's frustrating. There is usually a button that says reactivate or active hold. So there we go. It just took a little bit. So now you can see it says remove suspension. And so I no longer want to suspend the hold. I want it just to be an active hold. You're going to click remove suspension. They're asking you, are you sure? If you remove your suspension, your holds will become active and we will notify you when it's available. Are you sure? I'm going to say yes, remove it. And then now you see that there's no longer that line that says suspend hold. Okay. Also, if you decide you no longer want the hold, you either found it somewhere else or read it already, or you're no longer interested, you just go ahead and hit remove. They're asking you, are you sure? And I say yes, I'm going to remove the hold, and then it will disappear off of this list, and it's telling me that I still have 10 more holds that I can place on this account. Any questions? Yeah. So because everything is done, most of it is done in the browser. There isn't a whole lot of setup that you need to do. Of course, all you would need is your library card number and your last name. So that's all you would need to be able to get the books through the website. Yeah. Any questions? Yeah.
I see Brooke clapping, so that must be a good sign.
That was good. Yeah. Is there anything that you would like me to go over?
Yeah, did anybody not see something?
Elaine, did
Yes.
I understand that now Amazon will automatically remove that from content and devices once you return it? Because it used to be you had to do that extra step and go back and remove it.
It should remove it automatically. So yes, if on this website here, on the Overdrive website, if you say return the item, eventually Amazon will also should get the message that, hey, the device is no longer authorized to, to have this item, and so it will clear. So yes, it should. If it's not, then unfortunately, sometimes it's just the databases don't talk very well. And so you can go in there and remove it, but it should do it on its own now. And
Okay.
also if you don't get to it, it's also not a big deal, because Amazon as well has that timestamp of an expiration date. So once that date comes along as well, it will go ahead and remove that off of your Kindle. So if you're having trouble that way, that's okay. It'll just go away on its own.
Aline, we have a chat question. I'm sorry,
Yes.
Jeanette, did you have a follow-up or?
No, I'm done.
Okay. Jules Reed is asking, what happens after the 21-day borrow? Does it disappear?
Yes. So that has always been a great kind of talking point with our ebooks, is that you don't have to worry about returning it. So if you never get a chance to hit the return button or clear it from your content and devices in Amazon, once that day comes, so once April 22nd comes, where it says it expires, the item will automatically be removed from your account, and so you will no longer be able to access it once it
And then
connects to the internet.
follow up, can you renew?
Yes, so renewals are, my understanding, is still at the discretion of the publisher. So, which is why sometimes you will see that there isn't a renew option. If there is a renew option that shows up, let's go back to the bookshelf. It will show up down here as an option to renew. And those usually show up a few days before it is due. I think there was, I'm going to go to settings. I feel like I saw. No. Oh, I know where it was. I'm going to go back to holds real quick. So there's this, so for the account limits, you can see that renewals will be offered 3 days before the item expires. So yes, to renew an item, select the renew button on your loans page. If the title has holds on it, you won't be able to renew it. Instead, you can select the request again button to place a hold on the title again and borrow it again when it's available.
Nice.
Okay? So 3 days before the expiration date is when that renew button will first pop up for you, if it can be renewed. And then if not, then you'll just hit request again.
Excellent.
Uh,
Looks like we covered a lot. That was a lot. So since this is recording, we'll have it posted on our website. I might send it in the weekly newsletter, so you guys
Yeah.
can always watch it again.
Awesome.
And then the Commission on Aging will have it available as well. So
Yes. Well,
very
also,
cool.
yeah, we also have a kind of a supplemental handout as well that will go over what we covered today. So you can always print it out, and you can have it physically in front of you if that works better for you. And so we'll have that. There is a link to that as well. It is going to be, this is the link for that handout. It is currently not up. I haven't had a chance to send it to the Commission on Aging for them to upload it to the website, but this is a link. This is the link as to where it will be. So once it, once it will happen. So right now it is blank. It says placeholder. So, but yes, it is an active link, and it will work. So give it a day or two, and that supplemental link will be up. It'll show you, remind you how to get to the Overdrive website, how to sign in, how to place things on hold, and how to send things to your Kindle, how to return them. So covering kind of the basics of what we went over today.
Excellent. Yeah, and I'll
Yes.
definitely post that link in our little newsletter.
So, yeah.
Great. Well, Elaine, thank you so much. That was everything, correct? We're good to go?
Yes, yeah. So we definitely have, more time if anybody has questions. But in terms of what we covered, what kind of the basics of how to be able to read Kindle books on your Kindle through the library, that is the basics of what we can cover today.
Excellent. Oh, wait, hold on.
Yes.
Brooke, Brooke. Brooke is just saying fabulous.
Oh, great.
Excellent. Okay, guys. Well, thank you so much. This is great. We look forward to, if there's any more library instructionals, we will let you guys know.
Yeah, definitely so.
Thank
Yeah.
you very much.
Thank you.
Thank
Yeah,
you
of
all.
course. Yes. Or of course.
Thank you, thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. Give us
Bye.
a call. Yeah.
Take
Bye.
care.
Excellent.
Good.